everyone, welcome to another Plutonium Guy Plays video. Today, as you guys can all clearly see, I am in Car Crushers 2, and I'm going to be showing you guys all the different Car Crushers 2 cars and what they look like in Car Crushers versus what they look like in real life. And I will be doing all the cars that are free through all the cars that cost $100,000, so about 25-30 cars-ish. I don't know the exact number, but I just know it's in that range. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the first car, which is the Honda Civic EG hatchback. There we go, looking nice. And that is a beautiful car right there, ladies and gentlemen. The in-game representation is spot on. Kudos to whoever made that. It's very good. Let's see, next up in the lineup we have the Morris Mini. Also a very good representation in-game. I'm not going to spend too long on each cars, just so you know, guys. I'm just going to say whether it's good or bad, maybe a detail or two. Other than that, then I'm just going to move on. But, time to move on to the next car, which is the UAZ 425. It's a very tanky looking vehicle, like almost police looking in the picture I have in the bottom right, but in the game it's not like that. But other than that, it is a very good representation. Even the headlights are the same, guys. See, next up is the PLP50, one of my beloved vehicles in the game, guys. Not because it's fast, not because it's flashy, but because it has three wheels, and that for some reason just appeals to my idiotic mind. I don't know what else to say about that, but that is what I have to say. So next up is, I believe it is the Toyota Corolla. Toyota Corolla KE70. I do not have it because I don't have VIP, but I can still show you guys what it looks like in the game without spawning it. And the in-game representation for this one, guys, it's so good. The people who designed these car models are so good at what they do. I'm sure it takes a very long time to get this, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I could do this even close to how good it is. And I just noticed that there's like an outside part of this garage. But I'm not going to get sidetracked. I'm going to go on to the next car, which is the Chevrolet Astro. And let's see, looking at this, they're pretty similar. I am noticing one difference, and that is that there's not windows on this one, but there is on this one down here. Other than that, spot on. Kudos to you, too. Let's see. Oh, that is a competition, and we're going to ignore that. Let's see. Next, we have the Ford Fairmont wagon, and yeah, that is a really good one. It reminds me of the guy, Lightning McQueen's manager in Cars. I could be out of my mind, but I'm pretty sure it's the same car. Those of you who do know, please comment below whether or not it's the same car. I'm curious. See, what is next? Next up, I think we have, yep, the Chevrolet Corvair 500. Other than the racing stripe on the Car Crushers 2 one rather than the real life one, it's dead on. Perfect, wonderful. Next up is the Reliant Robin Mark 1, which, just like the Poopy 50, appeals to my stupid brain because it has three wheels. And I don't know if that is a sign of not being smart, but I think liking three wheels is a little weird because it's not as stable as four. But moving on, we're gonna just move on. We're not gonna dwell on that. Is the golf cart. The golf cart, I couldn't find a specific model of golf cart, so I just put a picture of a golf cart in the bottom right, and it looks pretty similar. I don't really know what kind of golf cart this is. I don't know if it's like, I think there's Yamaha, Honda, and maybe one other, but I don't know which one it is, so I just picked one and went with it. See, next up, we have the Nissan Silva S14. I have customized the colors of this one, so it's not the same as the one in the real-life picture in the bottom right. But other than that, the model itself is perfect. The coloration, though, I don't think there's a single real-life color, or car, not color, car with these colors. It's whatever. Moving on. We're not going to dwell on anything. Is the Fiat 500, which again appeals to my brain. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know French, but it just, I love it. It's beautiful. It's small. It's not like fast or anything though, but I like it. So deal with it if you don't like it. Let's see. Next up, we have the Sachi QC, which I believe. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and close that bad boy. I believe in real life it is a Scion IQ or something. I don't know if I'm saying Scion right. It's the Scion one. I don't know how to pronounce that, but this model is the first one I've been a little bit disappointed in. It's rather chunky, like non-smooth compared to the one in real life. Like you can see the headlight comes to a very sharp point there, but not so much in the other one. But other than that, once again, spot on. It is all of these are good. I'm impressed and in awe that someone took the time to do this. Next, we have the Desert Jeep, which I couldn't find a picture in real life of, guys. Like, that's just messed up. What? Someone needs to get that in real life. But next up, we have the Sachi KZ, which is the Scion. I don't even know. I think it might be the KA or something. I don't even know. But I did get a real life picture of this one, and other than the plow and the weird color compared to the one in real life, it's again the same. It is once again a little sharp in some places where it's smooth in real life. Other than that, very impressive. Let's see. Next is the Mitsubishi Galant. I don't know if I'm saying Mitsubishi right. I'm not really like a huge car person. I just know that there are some fancy cars and some not fancy cars. But ignore all of my lack of car knowledge. We're going through this anyway. The Mitsubishi Galant. The car model is good. Again, just a little bit with the edges, but I'm sure it is hard to make a model. Like, I'm not trying to insult the people who made this. I'm just saying the edges aren't perfect. I know that it's hard to make though. Let's see. Oh, it does have 128 miles per hour max though in the game, which is kind of nice. It's one of the faster cars you get. See, we're gonna move on now though, because I've spent a lot of time on this one. Next, we have a Zamboni. Again, looks like the golf cart. I couldn't find a specific model of the Zamboni, but the picture in the bottom right that I have, I thought it was kind of funny, so I put it in here because there's a dude and he looks so happy to be on this Zamboni. But next up, guys, is actually a fictional car. Sokudo Crest doesn't have a real life parallel. It looks just like a random SUV you would find on the street, though. So, no real life picture for this one, but still a cool looking car. Next is the Lexus IS 300. I do like this car a lot. The in game model isn't older year than the real life picture I found. I couldn't find any other ones, I'm sorry. So it's not the closest representation, but you can tell that it's the same car. It's just not perfect. Sorry guys about that. That's the only one I had that problem with. See, the next car we have is the Dodge Dart Swinger, and it is a very fancy car. Some of them are older than others, I'm sure, but I'm pretty sure that the picture I have is the same year as the one in the game. It is a weird car to me because it has 3 seats in the front and 3 seats in the back. I don't know of many cars like that. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot, but I just don't know of them. And I mean, the headlights on this one are elevated in the real life one and not elevated in this one. Other than that, it is a 100% perfect representation. See, the next car we have is the Honda Odyssey EXL, and there we go. It is loaded in and a perfect match, guys. Like, even the seats are like dead on. I don't know if you guys can see the seats or not, but yep, there we go. In the real life one, you can't, but I've been in one of these before, and the seats are perfect. See, moving on to the next one is the Honda Insight. One of the weirder cars in the game because its wheels are tucked in the back. And this was the first kind of Honda Insight. There's another kind now. This is one of the few cars I know anything about, by the way, guys. Where the wheels in the back are actually just like the ones on the front. They're not underneath the thing. They're actually like on the outside like you would normally expect to see. But, like I said, this is one of the few cars I know anything about. So we're gonna just move on now. Let's see. Next, we have the Toyota AE86 Trueno. In real life, the word Trueno is not in the name at all, and I did learn that this does say tofu delivery. It does not say that on every Toyota AE86 in real life. Unfortunately, it would be kind of awesome if it did, but this representation is fantastic. Like, the colors are nailed, the stripe on the side is nailed. It's a perfect car. So, I mean, it's just wonderful, and I do think it's kind of awesome that it says tofu delivery on the side. See, next car we have is a transit bus, and I didn't know what kind of bus this was. I mean, heck, the one in my game has a giant plow from the metaverse event that I did for this game. But I didn't know what else to do, so I just found a bus and put it in here. I hope you guys think it's similar looking. I think it did. But we're gonna move on now before too long. Let's see. Next, we have the Summit Kinlada, which is not a real car. It doesn't have a real world parallel. The next car also doesn't have a real world parallel. It is the NM Olympic RS. It's basically the first one that didn't have a real world parallel, except on the back instead of a wheel, it has a giant window. And then you guys are probably wondering, Does this one have a real world parallel? It does. It's called a construction vehicle, and I couldn't find a single one that looked anything like this. So I'm sorry, guys. I failed you big time. But I couldn't find anything, so I just went with nothing. Next, we have the Honda Ridgeline, which, as you can see in the bottom right, as you've been seeing in the bottom right, does have a parallel. It is a very good remake. That one that is in the game, perfect. I think the models are a few different years off, but you can see the top rail here and not in the bottom right one. Other than that, it is perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Like, this is a really good remake. I am excited for this one, and I don't even know why. Next, we have the Volkswagen Type 2, which I have made into a bus with sort of my colors. Not really my colors, but you know, in the game I have done that. In real life, I've only seen like one of these, but it did just look just like this, like the one in the bottom right does. I mean, it's a really good remake. I mean, probably one of the better ones in the whole game, I would say. I mean, I haven't seen all the cars in the game, but this is one of the better ones I've seen. It's perfect. The headlights are dead on, the logo's dead on, the windows are dead on, the roof is good. Everything is just good. I can't say enough about this one. It's super good. Next up, we have the Sakudo Bolt, which does not have a real world parallel. Shocker, I know, right? See, but next we have one that does. It is a Ford something, I don't remember, Ford Crown Victoria Police. In the game, it is a police car. And in the picture I have in the bottom right, it is also a police car. This car was used specifically by the Indiana Police Department or Indianapolis Police Department from 2008 to some year. I don't know when it was stopped. This is again one of the very few cars I know anything about, and I don't know why I know that specific thing. I just do. But the remake itself, it's pretty spot on. Other than the words Car Crushers 2 and the logos being different, it is a very good remake. It's like a longer car in the front, and then all of a sudden it just goes up and down, and then there's a small trunk in the back. I don't know why I like this one. I just do like this one, and I know a few things about it, and I'm proud of it. See, but next up, this is the final one, ladies and gentlemen, is the Chevrolet Impala. And, oh, we're going to ignore that competition. The colors are different, but otherwise, other than like, you can see in the real life picture that the front is sloped, and this one is not in here, but other than that, it is really good. I mean, it's really good. But that is the last one, guys. I'm sorry that I don't have more. If you guys want a part 2, comment below. We want more. Specifically, we want more something about that. It doesn't have to be the exact words. We want more. But, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And also, guys, I got a Roblox group. So, I want you guys to join that. Everyone, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see everybody in my next video. Bye!